It is my greatest privilege and pleasure to close this session with very distinguished three speakers representing different sectors of this wonderful life science field and world. I would like to start by inviting Professor Nakagama to give us a brief word. Honorable Minister Abe needs to leave at 5 o'clock, so please brief so we can close at 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Kabat, for kind introductions. My name is Hitoshi Nakagama, and I'm the president of AMED, the Japan Agency for Medical Research and Development. I'm also a member of Board of Trustees of HFSPO, representing Japan's three management supporting parties, namely the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, MEXT, the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, and AMED. Distinguished attendees, distinguished speakers, and especially distinguished scientists, Nobel laureates, and Nakasone Award winners, I'm extremely pleased to be able to participate in this event where we have all gathered together today. I would like to express my gratitude once again to the distinguished scientists who kindly attended today's event, as well as to the University of Tokyo, led by President Fujii, the MEXT and METI, and to the HFSPO Secretariat, led by Secretary General Professor Kabat, whose efforts made today's event a reality from the planning stage to the actual holding of the event. Throughout all of today's sessions, we have seen many fascinating presentations, insightful dialogues between renowned scientists, and words of encouragement for promising young researchers. It has been a great privilege to participate in today's event and to listen to the inspiring presentations and messages delivered by our distinguished guest speakers. This occasion has been stimulating and exciting, not only for all participants, but also for myself. The opportunity to experience such a high-level scientific atmosphere is truly an invaluable gift for many researchers, particularly for young Japanese researchers and students. As a member of the Board of Trustees of HFSPO, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation and gratitude for the long-standing support of HFSPO provided by the two ministries, MEXT and METI. As the president of AMED, I am firmly convinced that ensuring ample and continuous funding opportunities for young researchers, together with providing the kind of high-level and enthusiastic scientific environment we have experienced today, is indispensable for fostering disruptive and highly innovative science in an international collaborative manner throughout their research careers. I hope that all of these experiences will leave a lasting impression on us and give us hope for the future. I still have a lot to say, but I would like to hand over to our next speaker, Dr. Mona Nemer, and thank you for your kind attention.
Let me invite Mona Nemer, Chief Science Advisor of Canada. I would like to tell you that she is also a great supporter of HFSP for many, many years. Mona.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for this amazing day. Thank you, Pavel, for having me here out of Ottawa and the science policy dialogue, I guess. Thank you, dear colleagues, for this very inspiring event, for your words, for showing us great science, but also for telling us, again, reminding us of how much more we need to learn and know about, and just so many things that we don't know. And if you have any doubt about all the things that we don't know, especially in the life sciences, for example, just think about all the diseases for which we still don't have any therapy or cure. So I want to perhaps, in addition to thanking the scientists, I want to thank our host, the Japanese government, and the organizers at the Human Frontier Science Program for organizing this great day. I want to express my most sincere admiration to the Japanese government for their continued support of the organization that is the Human Frontier Science Program, because we need organizations like this today more than ever. In fact, I think when this was started by Prime Minister Nakasone, it was very visionary. He certainly didn't commit significant funds for science, for global science, to ensure that he can get re-elected or to ensure Japanese supremacy in science and technology. It was the right thing to do at the right time, and the right time to do this is still ongoing. And in fact, it's more so now than ever before. So at a time when, since I think the Cold War, you would all agree, we haven't heard so much about science and technology, we need to reflect on the reasons and the motivation of countries to invest in these extremely important areas, of course. We as scientists believe in the need for knowledge. We believe in the need for using science as bridge, for using science as dialogue. I don't think this is universally embraced. I hear a lot, I'm sure you hear a lot, about science and technology for prosperity, for supremacy, for geopolitics. It's a very disturbing world we're living in, and I don't want to be gloom and doom, but you know, it's real. And science needs to be used for good, as Ada just said. And science can be used for good. And for this to happen, we need to be talking more with the public and engaging more with politicians. We spoke to the young scientists in the audience, and the expectation is that you'll do great work. Great work can be great discoveries, but great work can also be committing to public service, whether in government, whether as teachers, whether as communicators of science with the public. I think this is something that is extremely important, and we as scientists, we have a fundamental obligation and responsibility to do it and to do it right, and I think it's a collective endeavor. So we didn't talk a lot about science diplomacy, but I think that when Prime Minister Nakasone proposed and committed funding for science for the global good and encourage his G7 colleagues to do the same, I think that was an extraordinary example of science diplomacy, of countries committing to furthering knowledge for humanity's sake, not for any one country's sake. And I think we need to relive and remind people of this very noble goal of science and this very noble goal of public service. So politicians, I think, have to be supported in having these visionary, altruistic goals for humanity. And I think that countries like Japan, like the United States, like Europe, like Canada, who can afford to support science, need to double down. And we need to double down and make sure that everybody has access to science, both to doing science and also profiting from science. And I think this is a collective obligation for us to do it as we push forward the frontier of knowledge, and so on. So organizations like Human Frontier and Science Program are more needed than ever. I remember about 25 or 30 years ago when I first was one of the delegates, of the Canadian delegates to one of the peer review committees. First of all, it was the highlight of the year because you were around very smart people discussing smart things, reviewing smart applications that seem so far-fetched. And a lot of these great ideas have actually given rise to unbelievable discoveries and to great accolades around the world. So I think that this vision and the work and the commitment to both excellence, solidarity, collaboration, interdisciplinarity. I remember when the Secretary General at the time said, well, interdisciplinarity is not biology working with physiology, it's biology working with physics and chemistry and math and engineering. And what did we see today in all the talks? It's this convergence. But it's not a given. Our universities are not organized yet for this, and most of our granting agencies are not organized for this. So colleagues, we have a lot of work to do to uphold this great vision and the great commitment that Japan gave to the world. And you know, the future is bright, but we need more solidarity and less individualism. Thank you.
Well, last, but definitely not least, I would like to invite Minister Abe to conclude this wonderful day. Minister, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Abe Toshiko, Minister of Education, Culture, Sports and Science and Technology of Japan. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you who have been attending the high-level event of the Human Frontier Science Program, Science Summit Japan 2025. I'm pleased that so many distinguished researchers from around the world have engaged in discussion on importance of the basic research during the event today. MEXT will continue work closely with relevant ministries and agencies to advance various initiatives aimed at strength research capabilities. In closing, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to University of Tokyo and everyone who contribute to the successful organization of this event. And I look forward to many new discoveries aiming through the HFSP. Thank you very much for making this successful event. By the way, I'm a politician. I believe one of the honest politicians. Thank you very much.